Joel, and thank you.
Yeah, this is Santi and Jorge's podcast interview, take one, marker.
Yes, Jesus.
Welcome to the podcast of the School of Worship. It is really a privilege to be here. I am in beautiful Norway. Norway is actually a special place in my heart, and I have the privilege to be here with Santiago, and he's part of the leadership of the School of Worship here. And Santiago, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. It's pretty funny, just so you guys know, two Latinos doing a podcast in English. So you probably are going to have fun.
Tasty accent.
Yeah. We as School of Worship, we like to invest in. And one of them actually is songwriting. We do love creativity in our schools of worship.
I mean, there's so many things that can happen with one song.
Yeah.
There's songs that have changed the world, or songs that have influenced so much. So I think that, as worship leaders, as songwriters, it's such a privilege to do it and a big part of our job.
Yeah. I actually believe, one of the things that I love to share with people is I actually believe that there is a fresh sound for the church in the nations that is going to come out of Youth with a Mission.
It is always fear, right? And I think that it's one of the main reasons why worship leaders or, in the church that we're so afraid.
Yeah.
And to share or write songs, I do think that because I do think that the enemy or, there's so many things that could be stopping us from actually doing and writing these songs, right? So like any other fear, the only way to attack it, to get rid of is
by doing it,
by confronting it, and by doing it. The enemy and the world is so afraid of actually us showing the songs that God has given us, right?
Yeah, we have to dive into it, and we just have to go for it, and we have to do it and do it and do it. Obviously, the enemy doesn't want us to do it, and the songs that we write in our schools of worship are powerful. That's the power of community. Of doing things
power
together.
Of community and fighting this fear, everyone together. And the beautiful part is that they're all in the same journey. One of the students who wrote this song, I Feel It in My Bones. I heard it. Bones. And 1 year later, the song was in every outreach you can imagine. The song was actually, today we played it here. Joel and me were having a lot of fun with drums and that, and it was after intercession, and it was just a moment of freedom and joy. And you never know. It was just a homework songwriting assignment.
Yeah. Santiago, tell me a little bit. I mean, you are part of the leadership of the School of Worship here in Ålesund, Norway. And again, it's such an honor to be here. But how is it going? How is the school going? What is the Lord doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been. It's the first one we've run, so it's the two of us, and then we have Joellen with us. So it's the three of us running this small school. We're 5 students, but I think it's a good number for a first school, and we're challenging them in every aspect, leading worship, doing songwriting,
Study of the Psalms.
The school SOW is also for School of Weeping.
Right. Yeah.
So some of them have been also challenged, and God has moved hearts. And
you yourself, of course, you write songs. You're a songwriter, and but what do you do? Tell us.
Yeah, I'm working with a music publisher. So I'm writing songs. I'm getting in the studio in January and working in a new project, and it's gonna be interesting. Cause now more than being just alone, is working with kind of an industry and learning how to do think differently in the songwriting and everything.
And what is your heart? What is it? Who do you want to reach with your music?
Well, my music, I wouldn't call it corporate worship.
Okay.
I'm not writing exactly corporate worship, but most of my songs talk about God or my relationship with God. That's or awesome. My journey with God. But it's actually kind of a communication with God, even if it's frustration or something. I wouldn't bring them to corporate worship, take them into my dirty journey of getting messy. And most of the people that wrote me or they were really encouraged. It was non-believers, and
That's
they were
awesome.
man, this really touched me. And I know some people are actually they heard it when they were high.
That's right.
And and they were just like,
Sure.
I couldn't understand. There was
That's
something.
awesome.
So, and then like, yeah, dude, that's God, right?
Yeah.
And they love it. They're like, oh wow, that's cool, right? So I want that, and I want to inspire the church also when they hear him into like, oh, like, you know, it's fine, right?
Yes.
To deal with problems and to struggle and to have raw conversations with God in our art, in our music that are not just, I mean, nothing bad with just worship stuff, but like that we can do both. Because maybe at some point I'll do something corporate or something. I'll be releasing something new in my music next year.
Amen. Cannot wait to hear it.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. One of the visions we have for this school is that it's gonna be an investment or inspiration for Norwegians and the people in the community. So Norway has a huge calling in songs, in worship and songs that will will spread through the nations and through Norway. I mean, I think every time I hear a Norwegian song of worship, it just messes me up. They're like,
awesome.
I think they have a
Praise the Lord.
crazy, just the heart for worship is beautiful. So pray for this school that will really inspire the people that come here, and that will reach to the people in Norway, the Norwegians.
Pray for Santiago. You know, his heart is to impact the nations through songwriting, through music, and you know, of course, being part of the leadership of the School of Worship in Ålesund. You know, that is the heart of the schools of worship, not just here but all over the world, is to bring, you know, healing to the nations through the songs that we write. You know, that's really the purpose, one of the reasons why we do what we do. So the Lord bless each one of you guys, and thank you for listening to the podcast of the Schools of Worship of Youth with a Mission.
Yeah.
Nos vemos.
Adiós.